So then we have settings. So in settings, we have about, currency, and rates, okay? And we have the functionality that we navigate from settings to other sections and from other sections to settings. So for example, from my profile, I can go to settings. From card, I can go to settings. From settings, I can go to my profile or card. So all of this should be tested. So we can say first, verify navigating between settings section and other sections. Okay. And then we can add test cases that are related to settings. So about, verify opening about page. Okay, we will just open the page and mostly it will include just information about the app. Currency. So here, for example, we can say verify changing the currency. And of course, when I change the currency, this change should have an impact on the whole application. So I will not just change the currency. No, I will change it and then go to all sections and make sure that this change made an impact on the application. The last thing is verify rating the application. And of course, in order to rate the app, this app should be already on the store. Okay. If it is still in development, you cannot rate it. And lastly, we can say verify settings section in landscape mode. This is the last thing. So those are all my test cases that are related to settings. This is how me personally work. I prefer to write all the test cases just as titles and then add steps, status, priority, folder, and everything. So then we have card and cash. So here, like we said, in card and cash, we can add money from income. We can expend money, okay, or withdraw, and we can transfer money from card to cash or from cash to card, okay. So let's say, for example, here, verify depositing money to card, right? Second thing, we will verify withdrawing money from card, okay. And also we have verify depositing money in cash, and then verify withdrawing money from cash. And lastly, we have, like we said, transferring money from card to cash or from cash to card. So verify transferring money from card to cash, and verify transferring money from cash to card. And lastly, we have verify the transaction history section, transaction history, and we can say in cash, and also verify transaction history in card. So those are all my test cases. Okay. Lastly, we can add verify cash and card in landscape mode. So those are all my test cases in this section. We have 9 test cases. We might come through other test cases which can be added later, like navigation. We said navigation between sections. So we can say verify navigation between cash, card section and the other application sections. Okay, so like you see, the tool is more organized than other tools. Okay, this is a benefit from the FireScale. So now what else? We have those statistics. Okay, so we can see statistics for 7 days, 31 days, and 12 months. And of course, if the statistics are long in the past, like 12 months, in this case, you need to wait for 1 month before seeing the statistics, or you can change the date from your phone. I'm talking about executing the test case. Okay, so now we can go to statistics, add test case about statistics in 7 days, 31 days, 12 months. So verify statistics in card in last 7 days. Okay, this is one. We have also verify statistics in card in last 31 days. Okay, and we have verify statistics incurred in last year, or yes, 12 months. So me personally, I don't prefer using 31 days. It is either a month, and we have calendar months like January, February, or we can have last 28 days. You might find that most of applications work in 28. Why? Because 28 means 4 weeks. So we either can say last 28 days or last month. So this is not the best UI. And like we said, you as a tester, this is part of your responsibility. Okay, you should also test the UI or the design and give input about it. Okay, so those are my 3 test cases. The same with cache, of course. Verify statistics in cache in last 7 days, and then verify statistics in cache in last 31 days. Cache, okay. And lastly, verify statistics in cache in last 12 months. Save. So those are my test cases. Last, we have savings. So like we said, we will create a saving. Okay, so the first thing is verify creating a saving. This is the first. Then we have verify when we add a saving. This is the saving. We can leave any field empty, the subject, the current amount, the total amount. So we can say verify creating a saving with empty fields. And in the steps, I might say step 1, leave subject empty and click on save. Step 2, leave current amount empty and click on save. Step 3, leave total amount empty and click on save. So each time I will fill 2 fields and leave the third field empty and see what is the impact of this change. And also I should have field validation. So the subject should be like a string. The current amount and total amount should be only numbers. So here, verify that current amount and total amount only accept numbers. Okay, and we can test also the types of data. So we can say verify whether current and total amount fields accept whole numbers and floats or not. For example, 3.0. Okay, this can be added to the data. Also, we can, for example, add multiple savings, because if I have many savings here, I should scroll between them. So we can say verify having multiple savings in user's account, like 10 savings, for example. Okay, and then like you see here, this is creating a saving, and after creating it, you have the current amount and the total amount. But what if I edit the saving? So here we can say verify editing the saving. And of course, the editing might include editing the total amount or the current or the name of the saving, or even deleting it. So we can say also verify deleting a saving. This is also a scenario that is important. So all of this should be tested. And we have also navigation between savings and other sections. So we can say verify navigation between saving section and other sections. That's it. Okay. So I think that's all. Nothing else to cover. Of course, while you are executing those test cases, you will understand more about your system. So what is the next step? The next step is to begin to add priority and steps into the test cases. So now I just created the test cases, okay? And then I will begin to add steps on test data and also the priority. The goal of the priority is that if you don't have enough time, you will just run the high priority or the medium priority test cases, not the low priority. Also, for example, if inside a project, you need to automate some test cases. So mostly we begin by automating the most important test cases, the highest priority test cases.